Anyone will tell you it's tough being a cop. Here's what they don't know. It's twice as tough when you're part human, part machine.
Him, not me, you moron!
I see you!
It all started 3 years ago when the cops busted up a drug deal near downtown Tokyo. My name's Tanaka. I was in charge that night.
Looks like we bagged everybody who was inside, Chief. Hey, why the sour face, pal? Did you get up on the wrong side of the bed or what?
Do I have to paint you a picture? We didn't get Yamafuji. As long as he's free, it'll be business as usual.
Well, boys, we put a big dent in their operation tonight. Yamafuji will have to move quickly to cover his losses. We'll get another chance. Don't worry, we'll get him next time.
I'm out of here. Hey, maybe for a drink later, okay? And didn't your mother ever tell you to carry an umbrella when it rains?
Right.
Chief? See you in half an hour!
I'm tired. In fact, I've been thinking of calling it quits.
What?
Nothing lasts forever. One day you wake up, and you can't believe it's been 25 years. You find it's harder to justify putting your life on the line. It's plain fear. And it finally catches up with you. It's time for me to move on.
Are you sure?
You know it's over when you'd rather be sitting behind a desk. I've worked it out. We'll be retiring to my wife's hometown. I'm sure you and Sawaki can handle anything that comes up. I'm not worried. Dakota! You bastard! I don't know what went through my mind as I dragged Dakota to the car. I was desperate to save him, but I knew I was too late. He'd taken a bullet through the heart. He was violating every regulation in the book, but I'd be damned if I was going to leave his body out there in the rain. First, I planned to drive him to the nearest hospital. I figured someone there could process the paperwork. This wasn't just any other casualty. This was my friend. And I wasn't about to see his epitaph wind up 2 paragraphs in a police report. The longer I drove, the more depressed I got. And then suddenly I remembered Professor Tani, the man who helped develop the science of cybernetics. He owed me a favor from a couple of years back. It was a long shot, but I was fresh out of options. Tani told me a long time ago that he was close to a breakthrough in the creation of a cyborg. A half-human, half-mechanical man with powers beyond imagination. It wasn't too popular with other scientists in the field. You see, there was a little catch to the professor's research. It required a fresh corpse to be successful. Very fresh. I only hoped Yokota would fill the bill. As it turned out, Yokota was just what the professor was looking for. It was a slow process, but within 2 years, he was able to resurrect him as an organic robot with an electronic brain. It took another year to train and prepare him for his mission as a crime fighter. His mind was cleared and the memories of his former existence were completely erased. This was done to keep him from agonizing over a life he could never again experience. Yokota's girlfriend, Sachiko, was told he had been killed in the line of duty. Professor Tani thought we should name him 8-Man. It meant he served none of the 7 divisions within the Tokyo Police Department. He was independent and free to be used where needed. He was even given a new cover identity, Hachiro Azuma, private investigator. He reported to me and me alone. In fact, only 3 people in the department even knew he existed. The police chief, me, and Detective Sawaki. I never told Sawaki that the cyborg was the reincarnation of his friend Yokota. I felt that could lead to unnecessary complications. One bizarre turn of events occurred almost immediately. Yokota's girlfriend, Sachiko, answered an ad and was hired as Azuma's secretary.
Yes, Chief.
I had no idea what effect this would ultimately have on 8-Man's emotional stability. It was one of the many misjudgments I would come to regret. I never realized until later that resurrection has a price. 8-Man's first assignment quickly demonstrated how effective he could be.
Ready.
A gang of crackheads invaded a local theater and were holding a 6-year-old girl for ransom. They wanted $100 million and safe passage out of the country.
What are you, man? You a pool table, you the 8-ball, man? Well, guess what, man? The game's over!
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Oh, I was so worried about you. But, honey,
Please, could I have a doll just like the man who knocked down those nasty guys?
Doll?
let's go home. Come on.
Azuma, tell me, what did you do to him?
We had a talk.
Must have been quite a chat. Nobody told me robots could smoke. Whoa.
It's like a tranquilizer. Parts of my body overheat, especially when I've been very active. And this helps bring my temperature back down to normal again.
Right. Guess I missed it when I read your file. Well, I haven't finished reading it all yet. It's like I got a superhero for a partner. So when they turned you into a robot, did they give you a special body? I mean, are parts of you metallic?
When necessary. That depends on what the job requires.
It's weird. I started hearing about you 3 years ago. That's when my partner was killed. He was assassinated. It's strange. You remind me of your Coda. He was sure one hell of a cop. He'd be here now if it wasn't for Yamafuji. Someday he'll pay.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. The check should only be valid for 30 days. After that, the company will go bankrupt. Okay, I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. Naomi, listen. We'll be acquiring another company very shortly. Start the paperwork.
At the time, we all thought that Professor Tani had only been able to pull off one successful cyborg experiment, 8-Man. What we didn't know was that the professor had actually created an earlier version with unfortunate side effects.
Ken?
Papa, I've killed someone again. I thought you might like to bury him.
Ken! It's the third time this month. You've got to stop. I can't allow this to continue.
Oh, is that right? Well, you're a little late with your concerns. You should have worked out all the bugs before you turned me loose. Whatever I am is the result of your incompetence. Tell me, why did you turn me into a monster in the first place? Or are you just too selfish to see what I've become, old man?
I had no choice. You would have died.
So that's the way things work. You couldn't accept it. You had to play God with my life. I'm trapped. I can't taste food or enjoy the comfort of a woman. Take a good look at what you've created.
Will you stop?
You trapped my spirit in a metallic shell. Were you thinking of killing me, Papa?
Let me help you, son.
I go through weak spells every time I exert myself.
Your brain can't keep pace with your electronically accelerated bodily functions. It's dangerous to let your system generate power it can't control. Let me operate on you one more time.
Are you crazy? All you've ever done is operate on me. You're never gonna touch me again, you understand? Want to help get me the hallucination device?
All right. Then you must leave.
Thanks for making my life a living hell. Thanks a lot, Papa. So, you've created another cyborg, have you? Wonder if you've repeated the same mistakes. Should I call him baby brother? Looks interesting. Still having a problem with heat buildup? Huh. His system's no better than mine. Here's something You've given him an electronic brain. In fact, now that I look at it, he may be superior to me. I guess we'll know once we meet.
Wait!
It's been too long. Please, sir. I want to go after Yamafuji.
Why the sudden urgency? We've been going after him.
We keep busting the little crooks. I want the man himself. He should have been behind bars by now.
I figure he's getting very nervous. He'll blow it, you'll see.
Let me go undercover.
I won't authorize an independent sting.
We're running out of options, Chief. We've tried everything else.
Yamafuji goes berserk when he gets double-crossed. Remember what he did to Yokota?
Remember? I can't get it out of my mind.
I might be willing to let 8-Man have a go at it.
He was my partner, Chief. I want to get him.
Eventually, I turned Sawaki loose, even though it was against my better judgment. We knew Yamafuji had a big drug deal coming down, but we hadn't been able to find out where he'd moved his base of operations. I figured Sawaki would go after him in any case. At least with supervision, he had a chance of surviving.
Stupid. Listen, you worms. Get high on your own time. 'Cause if it happens again, I won't be so nice.
Mr. Nakamura. You've been quite highly recommended by Minister Shindo. He thought we might do some business together.
Yes, I think he's right. Very shortly, my company will be undertaking a huge waterfront development project. I've been looking for some sources of additional capital, and I thought you might want to join us in this venture. I have some presentation materials if you're interested.
Very impressive.
Yes, I thought you'd find those intriguing.
Minister Shindo is a good friend. He's always been concerned about my welfare.
So he says. He also suggested I mention that I have a side business importing medicine. Anyway, never hurts to have a steady supply of cash, huh? My associate here is Mr. Yamamoto. He handles the pharmaceutical end of my operation. Don't be shy.
It's an honor.
Have Sawaki or his friends told you anything about me?
No, Not much.
I asked about you, but you're quite an enigma. It's not that I'm nosy. Could you just tell me a little about yourself?
You mean like my opinions?
Right. Or your likes and dislikes.
I'm not sure I... Oh, you mean like music or art?
Yeah. Oh, you're such a tease. Asima, what kind of music do you like?
What's your favorite?
I don't know. I'm pretty open. I know a club, though. Maybe we could meet later?
Sure.
Asima, have you a favorite artist? I love George Seurat, and Renoir, and...
Fallen?
Fallen. He's brilliant. How did you guess that? Azuma?
I'm sorry? Sachiko, do you think you could buy me some cigarettes?
Sure.
"24 hours after Sawaki went undercover, we mobilized Operation Yamafuji. I was worried that what had happened to Yokota would also happen to Sawaki. So to pull attention away from his undercover activity, we mounted a campaign of harassment and pressure on the Yamafuji gang. I coordinated all the moves from headquarters. Every lead was followed up, every rumor was investigated, every transaction was busted. As time went on, I could feel Yamafuji getting more desperate. Sawaki was right about one thing. All our nets were hauling in small fish. Time was running out. We needed to hook the big man, but he kept himself removed from most of the action. So far, we hadn't even gotten close to him. 8-Man wasn't much help during this phase of the operation. I kept in touch with Professor Tani, who was continuing his experiments, trying to overcome the weakness within the cybernetic power grid. We needed a break, either from our information net or through an advance in 8-Man's capabilities. And then one of Sawaki's contacts finally came through.
What do you want to talk to me about?
We just got an interesting tip. We were planning to set up a sting to take out Yamafuji, and we got wind of a drug deal that's going down with some small-time hustlers. Now, it's not going to be the biggest deal around, but I understand a lot of money will be changing hands. That's where you come in. Yamafuji won't be there, but it won't make any difference. Just make sure the deal goes sour. If you can bust him, then Yamafuji has to show up in person for my sting. Once he makes the buy, it's sayonara, chum.
Hold on. How could you be sure he'll show up? This guy's no idiot. He's likely to smell a trap. It might be better if we just wait.
He won't show. We gotta force him into the open.
The risk is unacceptable.
Fine. I'll do it alone.
What if you just let me handle it?
Forget it. This is private business. I have to be there.
Why is that? What is your problem?
That's none of your damn business. I just want to see Yamafuji's face when I arrest him. I owe it to myself and Sachiko.
'Cause Sachiko was Yakota's sweetheart?
Yeah. They were engaged.
I see. You love her yourself, don't you?
What if I do? Didn't you ever fall in love with somebody who didn't love you back?
I think I loved a girl once. But I can't anymore. It's hopeless.
Well, obviously, no matter what I do, it won't bring Yokota back. But it could help Sachiko move on. She needs to let him go. We all have to get on with our lives. Why don't you go on home?
So what are you gonna do now?
There are certain times when a man needs to be alone.
Who are you? I could ask you the same. But you can't answer that question, can you? Identify yourself, 8-Man. Tell me who you are. You and me, 8-Man? We're nothing more than cadavers waiting to be buried. We're suspended between life and death. Face it, my friend. There's no point to your existence anyway. You may not realize it, but you'll never be able to love that woman you were with.
Sachiko?
Nobody asked before they transformed you. They thought it was something you'd want. How does it feel being a puppet? Do you ever admit to yourself that your life has no meaning?
Don't tell me that. I have.
What is it you have? Nothing. You're a machine without a soul. And don't think you'll be able to go on forever. Your system breaks down when it overheats. I'm half human, but you're just a cyborg. Your fate is imprinted on your circuits.
That's when it all started to go sour. When 8-Man's confusion started to affect his performance.
Who was I? I have no memory of my past. Tell me, was I a good man? Why don't you tell me? Surely you must know.
No, I don't. And it's better that you don't find out.
Why's that?
Because you'd suffer all the more. It could easily affect the functioning of your body. Why don't you just let it go? As he walked away, I had the feeling that I should have said more. But in spite of my best efforts, I still wasn't sure I'd been able to reach him.
He's not bulletproof. A gunshot can damage his cyborg circuitry or even destroy him.
I guess if he was human, you'd call that a flesh wound.
Professor. Last night I met another cyborg like me.
You met who?
Why don't you ask Professor Tawny? He knows the answer.
Well, I had hoped this day would never come. That was Ken. Truth is, he's my son.
Mama.
He was my only child, and I loved him dearly. He was a good boy, quiet and very honest. When my wife and I got a divorce, I kept him with me, but things were just not the same. He tried to shut me out. He wouldn't talk to me. He hung out with a bad crowd. Eventually, he started to drink and do all kinds of drugs. Then, when he was 20, I almost lost him. He was speeding in an automobile when it ran off the road and he was killed. I nearly went crazy with grief, but my experiments in cybernetics were advanced enough that I was able to bring him back to life. Ken hated me for what I had done. He had no desire to live in this world, but I couldn't bear the thought of letting him go. He loathed the imitation of life I had given him, so he would murder people and drag their bodies here for me to see.
Professor, I had no idea that...
He told me I had no right to have reincarnated him as a robot.
I believe I understand how he feels. The pain and the emptiness when you're unable to love someone. That emotion can't be erased. I still hear the echo of Sachiko's voice. The sound is buried deep within my subconscious mind and just won't go away. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Is she still in love with me? How am I supposed to respond now if she wants to be more than a friend? Do you see the dilemma? I sense love, but I can't express it. I'm only a machine. How could I have a relationship with anyone? It's impossible.
You're right. But you weren't expected to live a normal life. You were created to do good for society.
How am I supposed to do that when I'm being torn apart inside? You energized this body with my intelligence, but you threw away my memory and you left me with nothing. Don't you see?
Please, Asuma. Don't torment yourself with these thoughts. It will only lead to a breakdown of your integrated circuitry. You'll become dysfunctional and ineffective. In so many ways, thanks to your programming, you are superior to human beings.
That's crap! I feel inferior in every way.
Your contact with Ken has already had a negative effect. I can't allow you to be destroyed with so much at stake. As much as I hate this, I want you to kill my son, Ken.
I've never seen him like this before. I hope he can handle the stress.
Damn cyborg's killing us. We can't get any business done. Where did he come from, and how do we get rid of him?
We don't know where he came from, boss.
Eh.
Maybe we should just lay low until the heat's off.
No way! We need that money for that waterfront project, or they're going ahead without us. We can't blow it. It's worth billions.
We've got a more pressing problem. I'm pretty sure we're being set up on the big buy tomorrow night. No one's ever heard of this guy, and he had no trouble getting his goods into the country.
Can't you idiots handle anything on your own? We can't take a chance on getting locked up at this point. Put a tail on him. If he doesn't check out clean, kill him.
I want to see Yamafuji.
He's a very busy man. Do you have an appointment, sir?
Listen, sweetheart. We can make this easy or we can make it hard.
Who the hell are you?
A very good question. One I wrestle with often. I've got no answers for you, though.
Waste it.
You can't kill me. Don't waste your time. Relax, people. I'm not your enemy. We're on the same side. You want to destroy Ape-Man, but you'll never do it without the proper weapon. Well, you're looking at it.
Of course I've got the product. Have you got the money? Fine. I'll meet you there at 11.
Would you please say something? Azim, is that you? I've been worried sick. I didn't know where you'd gone. Please say something. Hello? Hello?
Azuma speaking. Where did they find the body?
Everyone was devastated by the news of Sawaki's murder. I told myself it was in the line of duty, but deep down I knew I never should have given him permission to go undercover.
Forever
I should have taken that assignment.
You're wrong. Neither of you should have. I never should have allowed it in the first place.
Say something?
Move your ass.
To where?
What am I, a tour guide? Where we left off 3 years ago.
He mentioned 3 years ago. Then he shot him in the arm. Where are we going?
Trust me.
Yamafuji.
Inspector Tanaka. You should have died 3 years ago, on this very spot. If you want to live now, you better tell me what you know about this cyborg of yours, this ape-man.
Why should I tell you anything? You're going to kill me anyway.
True. But we can make this painful, or we can make it quick. You choose. So, which way's it gonna be, Inspector?
I love it. All right. Pitch the gun over here now.
Not a chance. Drop your weapon. Let the girl go.
Ken, kill him. I'm waiting.
Clean up your own mess.
You son of a bitch, I should have known.
Pick up the gun. Or are you afraid?
You win, Tanaka. I'll go peacefully. Let justice take its course.
I don't think so. Dragging you through the courts would take forever, and you'd still find a way to beat the rap. You got half the judges, the politicians, and the police department in your pocket. I'm gonna settle matters once and for all. Right here, right now.
Nice try, Tanaka. But you can't do it. You're not the type to shoot an unarmed man, are you? Stop!
Strange. There is a time to sow and a time to reap. What do you mean, Ken?
Ken. Sachiko. You won't get away with this.
This doesn't make sense. Why is your son forcing this confrontation?
That's easy. He wants to die. He feels that I robbed him of his right to terminate his life. And so he hates me for it. And now, he plans to punish me for my apparent selfishness. He's going to destroy all my work.
I was just as selfish. I couldn't accept Yokota's death. Now look. Sachiko's fallen in love with Azuma, and 8-Man's in agony. In private, I worry. Who were we doing this for, anyway?
Stop all this, right now! I'm glad you came, Papa. You can witness the grand finale to your experiment. Here on the side of Mother's grave, I serve notice on you, 8-Man. Before this day is over, I will destroy you or be destroyed in the effort.
Ken! Why do you run from the truth? As cyborgs, we may be different from normal human beings, but we both possess human souls. We can live a normal life.
Wrong!
Sachiko.
Why waste your time, 8-Man? She's no more than a simple child who's become fond of you. Eight Man, please don't be so rough with the girl.
Don't force me to kill her!
Transform and reveal your other identity. If you do that, I'll stop. 8-Man, she'll die if you refuse to give in.
Ken!
Ken's hand is his weak spot. The right hit can kill him.
Papa, so you sentenced me to death at last.
me over to where I can see Papa. Ken, don't move around. Your brain is still human. If it stops functioning, you'll die. Let me see my father. I never told her that Azuma's your secret identity. But believe me, I haven't helped you. In fact, your troubles have only just begun. You'll never be able to return alone. You'll be separate and alone forever. Ken, now I understand you intended to die all along.
Oh no. Ken! Ken!
Papa. Papa, I never meant to hurt you.
Don't blame yourself. It was all my fault. But I won't allow you to die. You see, I built a new electronic brain for you.
I destroyed the device.
Huh?
Papa, let me go.
I can't.
You must, please. I'm begging you. Please let me go, Papa. I want to die. Besides, just so tired. Please let me sleep. Time, everything must die. It's the natural order of life. I want you. Please remember me when I'm dead and gone.
Are you all right?
Don't worry, everything's fine. I'm gonna need to be alone for a while. Take care of Sachiko.